Hello, my beautiful Aquarius. How are you doing, darling? We're going to be getting into your monthly tarot Oops, let me introduce myself. I'm so rude. I'm sorry, Aquarius. My name is SimplyVelca, and I'm going to be doing, if you allow me anyways, your monthly tarot reading for September 2021, darling. So if you find any tarot cards that resonate with you in this monthly reading today, let me know in the comments below. Aquarius, which cards do and how they do, darling, because that is how we keep up with y'all. So the comments, Aquarius. Also, if you do enjoy this tarot reading today, or you just enjoy my vibe, darling, I'd really appreciate it if you were to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot, and I always appreciate it when you guys take that extra step to support me in that way. But remember, Aquarius, I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you, honey. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the tarot cards that resonate, leave what doesn't. I believe tarot cards are just here to give you some food for thought, a perspective to consider, but never making the choices in your life, because it's your life to live, darling, not mine. So let's just get into your tarot reading today, Aquarius. Let's see what's going on with you. Let's see here. I can't help but feel like, did I call you Gemini earlier, Aquarius? I hope I didn't, girl. It's the Tower card coming in, Aquarius. And then we have the King of Wands. Okay. Okay, I like this. This is letting me know you're in control of it. And the Empress card. Okay, I like this a lot now. Very bold cards, Aquarius. First thing I want to just take note of, you got some very bold cards. So when I pulled the Tower card initially, as some of you probably also reacted in my similar fashion, or maybe I'm just dramatic, honey. Either way is applicable. The Tower card, I'm always just like, ugh, right? Because it just lets you know if, like, a lot of people will dread it, including myself. Well, I don't dread it, but it's like card of change, essentially, right? And so usually when it comes to the Tower card, this change kind of comes in from exterior. That's why usually with the Tower card, it's associated with like a bolt of lightning, because it's kind of just like, you know, like, unless you're Thor, honey. Is it Thor? The one that does lightning, honey. Like, you can't, it's out of your control. It's just like nature is just what have you. But when I see the King of Wands here and I see the Empress card here, this lets me know that you're in complete control of this tower moment that you're having in your life. So I like this a lot. I do feel as if September 2021 for you, Aquarius, is going to be a time of where you are going to be bringing destruction to things that no longer serve you, destruction to things that are not helping you with your vision, just destroying things that are just not for your benefit, right? Because here's the thing, Aquarius, I know you guys do not stray away from life experiences, darling, building some character, honey, right? But with this Empress card here, this lets me know that it's like, it's almost as if, Aquarius, you're just like you're assessing the situation that you have in your life and being like, all right, what is I always like to call it like purposeful pain, right? Because it's like, you're going through some struggles, there's at least a purpose to it, right? Maybe you're learning something, maybe what have you, right? But I feel as if you guys are assessing your situation, Aquarius, and you're just like, all right, what is no longer serving me anymore? What is no longer supporting me anymore? It feels like you're doing some spring cleaning, even though summer is about to end, right? September is for fall, I think, right? Yeah, it does feel like you guys are going to be doing some spring cleaning in your life, things that are just not of service to you anymore. We have the Fool card. Yeah, fabulous. Okay, Aquarius. Girl, I wish I was at Aquarius right now because I really like this energy a lot, Aquarius. Also, when I say girl, I mean, girl is just gender neutral. It's just like, it's girl is dude for the gays, darling, right? So whether you're a boy, girl, they, them, or so on, right? I'm talking to you. People make comments being like, oh, is this reading just for girls? I'm just like, girl, if I'm a man, why am I doing why wouldn't it be involving men as well for my readings? Tangent. I apologize, Aquarius. Aquarius. The Fool card, though, Aquarius, is really identified with stepping into a new chapter. That's why you see with the Fool card, the number is 0 associated with the major arcana. And so it does, yeah, this is quite literally the epitome of what happens when you do spring cleaning, of course, right, Gemini? You make space because you're just starting like a new journey entirely. Now, I don't know if you guys have something planned, Gemini. Now, that's where I call you Gemini. Okay, now I said Gemini in my head. And I'm not one of those tarot readers like that's just like, girl, no. That's be like, oh, you could be dealing with a Gemini. You could be, but really, me only saying Gemini is just me slipping up because I just did Gemini's reading and I said their name like 100 times, right? So take that as you all. I apologize, but It does feel as if, like, naturally, as you do spring cleaning, you're just ready for a change of pace. Seven of Pentacles here. So, are you uprooting things, Aquarius? Are you uprooting things that you were initially working on, or are you like just making, like, cleaning out the weeds in your garden, right? Which would be extremely appropriate because if you look at the Seven of Pentacles, is usually referred to as just like nurturing something, which is why most artwork in tarot you'll see like seeds and all that associated with it, right? Because it's kind of like a garden, right? Earth energy, pentacles. And so I have the question for you, Aquarius. Is this like you just cleaning up weeds or are you just like changing gardens, right? Let's pull a clarifier. Let's use, do we want to use it? Girl, Aquarius. I'm gonna be using this deck. Don't tell any of the other air signs. I didn't use this deck for any of the other air signs, but I want to pull a clarifier with this one. I just feel like you guys need that black and gold energy, honey. So we have here the Eight of Cups here. So you're changing gardens. And what is the back of the deck? Eight of Cup or girl, does this look like cups to you? Eight of Pentacles. So you guys are changing gardens. You guys are actually upgrading. So for some of you guys, you could be doing the same plants, right? When I am a very much so a visual person, Aquarius, so I like to use analogies. So when I say plants, it's whatever your objective is. That's what Pentacles are for. Is like whatever your main focus is, whatever it is that you're trying to bring to life. For some of you, it's going to be finances, just because that's like what Pentacles normally represent. But it's whatever it is that you're trying to bring into the earthly realm. That's how I want you to see Pentacle energy as. And so it does feel as if for the month of September, you guys are just upgrading in your garden, right? Especially with the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles refers to the common definition for it is actually like going back to school and stuff. But girl, I am the last person to tell you to be going back to school or getting an education in school because school is not everything. Um, Especially because of this King of Wands here, I feel like I'm speaking more to my Aquarius as I have a passion, right? It feels almost as if maybe you guys are now taking some certain aspect of your life more seriously and being like, all right, like, how am I going to like make this like a business, right? Or just taking it to the next level. And so it does feel as if you guys are just in this place of being like, all right, it's time to get serious. It's time to take things seriously now. Let me start cleaning up. Let me, you guys, it's all in the name of upgrading. So I like September for you guys a lot. You have a lot of major changes. But when it's now that I'm also thinking about it as well, don't you think it's just so fitting, Aquarius, to have the Tower card coming in here, and then it's like destroying everything, baby. And then you have the Fool card coming in after. It's just like, all right, we have a fresh start. This is literally like, girl, like, this is where I'm geeking out. This is how, like, I'm a tarot nerd. Like, I've done thousands of readings at this point, Aquarius, but I just love it each time that the cards just flow so beautifully together. Basically, I guess I'm just saying I love my job and I love when I'm good at my job. Girl, I apologize, Aquarius. I feel so silly with y'all's energy because I just like drink a bunch of cold brew before y'all's reading, but I always feel like I'm silly with y'all's readings. But forgive me if that's annoying to you guys. But let's top off this energy, shall we? Queen of Swords. All the air signs got Queen of Swords for their monthlies. And so I like this a lot. This is just showcasing all the air signs, Aquarius, are really just becoming more bossed up. They are setting boundaries, right? And that's probably how some of you guys end up creating a tower moment is by you exuding the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, swords are air energy if you do not know, Aquarius. And so this is why some tarot readers will tell you, it's like, oh, this is your energy, right? When you see a Queen of Sword card. And I'm going to be telling you as well, this is your energy, right? I feel like this is where you're going to be exuding. I feel like this is because this is like topping off. Now that I have a better setup, you guys can kind of see how I'm like visualizing this puzzle. But since it's like topping off this spread, this is showcasing to me that this is all created based off of this. This is all responsible for it, of you exuding the Queen of Swords. This is what gets the ball going. This is like, and so the Queen of Swords is very much so that energy being like, actually, no, you're not going to talk to me that way. Actually, no, you're not going to, you set those boundaries. You are very, it almost feels as if like before, Aquarius, maybe you were like a little bit of a people pleaser, or you just didn't want to upset people or inconvenience people, Aquarius, because I always like to tell people where it's like some people, and I'm especially guilty of this. I can only speak this because I'm guilty of it as well. So trust and believe. I'm not trying to act like I'm any better, honey, because I'm not. But if you have a high like tolerance, right? If you have like a high tolerance to pain and just discomfort in general, right? So I use the analogy for another sign where it's just like, if you can, like, you're in a car with a friend and like that friend likes to keep the car really cold, but you actually like it warm. So when that friend changes the air conditioning, rather than you speaking up and being like, "Well, actually, can we just compromise and have it only be like this degrees instead?" You're just like, "You know what? I'd rather like since you can deal with it." You're like telling yourself, of course, like, "Oh, I can deal with the discomfort, so I'll allow them just to have it at whatever." You shouldn't have to be doing that, Aquarius, right? And you're not going to be doing that anymore for September, right? Or at the very least, I guess I shouldn't say you're not going to, darling, because who the hell am I going to be telling you what you can, will and won't be doing, darling? Free will and all that, honey. But I really do feel as if Aquarius, September is your month of no longer um, entertaining things or allowing things into your life that just are not serving for the greater purpose, right? Some of you Aquariuses, you probably are getting into September where you guys have probably lost some connections. It's something like this is all intuitive that I'm getting now at this point, Aquarius. So take this with a grain of salt, I suppose. But I do feel as if some of you guys might have found yourself maybe not necessarily losing friendships or connections, but like distancing. Because I'm being shown like one of my guides are just like showing like this. So I'm taking this as like distancing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Probably a little bit of both. But Aquarius, let's continue on with the new spread now that we have Miss Ma'am over here holding your old cards. Let's get into a new spread for you. Let's see what good things are in the works for you. Hanged Man coming in here. I'm not surprised by this, but before I continue on with my rambles, let me get two more cards. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. And Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles. So, Aquarius, I do feel as if the good things coming into the works for you. This is through, with the Hanged Man. I said I wasn't surprised by this because this is like committing to something, right? Committing to an action and seeing it all the way through. At least that's how I perceive the Hanged Man as. And so when you have this next to the Nine of Pentacles as well, Aquarius, this is letting me know of where you're seeing something all the way through for your own betterment. And so personally, I see the Nine of Pentacles, especially the main thing being like self-employment, um, because Nine of Pentacles represents very much so taking care of yourself. So, like for many of you Aquariuses, you may be, especially with the Queen of Pentacles, this may be really speaking in terms of finances or just your career in general and what it is that you're trying to build up. Even if money isn't the main thing, you're trying to build something up. And so I feel as if Aquarius, you need to see. It's almost as if the good things coming to you is once you start seeing you're seeing something through all the way to the end. That's when, and like for your own betterment. Now, again, I like this a lot for you because I'm noticing as well, Aquarius. I will always make note of it. Is where it's just like Nine of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. I always feel as if they're on their journey to become the Queen of Wands or the Queen of Pentacles. Genders don't matter, obviously, darling. And so it does showcase to me that, especially with the Queen of Pentacles as well, like both of these cards share the similarity of doing what's good for them, right? You look in this card, both of these cards on their faces, if I can show it close enough, in that both of their faces are at peace, right? They're at peace with their decisions. They're at peace with what it is that they're doing because they're tending to themselves first. And so I do feel like this is connected to this first spread, Aquarius, in that through you exuding that Queen of Swords energy, you making that tower moment happen. I feel like this is all stuff where it's just like, maybe you are clearing your schedule, making yourself less available to other energies now, Aquarius, because of things that just are not that are not feeding into like a specific goal. It doesn't mean that you're necessarily like these people just aren't worth your time, but maybe you always were just very giving of your time, Aquarius, and now you're just like, all right, y'all, I love you so much, but it's time for me to crack down and like focus on my business, focus on what's good for me, what's going to further sustain and add stability into my life, right? Me saying my is for your life, right? I'm so self-conscious about it because when I say that, it's just like, oh yeah, Aquarius is doing things that's meant for my own life, right? Um, let's clarify. Strength card coming in. Yeah, this is really confirming Endless Three of Swords. Yeah, Aquarius, I feel as if you had this kind of moment a few months ago as well. Now that I'm thinking about it, when I was snooping on y'all's lives for a monthly reading as well beforehand, I feel as if you guys had this moment a few months ago where you guys were maybe this is showcasing that some of you guys didn't fully follow the way through, or maybe you're just doing it again, of where because I don't feel as if you necessarily want to like make other people unhappy, but it's just for your own good, right? So it's just like, again, where it's like maybe you're not making yourself as available to other people, Aquarius, because you're just like, you know what? It's time for me to start tending to myself, start focusing on my dreams, because I feel like you should, because it's really going to pay off for you. But because you have to follow in your dreams and go with what's best for you, it's going to upset some people perhaps because you're just not as readily available to them anymore, right? Because you're doing your own thing. And so some people just have to get used to the fact that they're not going to have nearly as much access to Aquarius this month than they might usually have, right? It does just feel as if Aquarius, you're ready to just, if not just like, I don't, because again, I'm not really getting this sense of finality. And you can let me know in the comments if I'm wrong in this, Aquarius, because it's going to be different for everybody. But I just get this sense of finality and where you're just like, you're cleaning your, it's like you're clearing your schedule entirely for September. And you're just like, you know what? This is going to be the month that I dedicate to writing that book. This is going to be the month that I dedicate to building that website and really, um, really just setting like it just feels like you're building the foundation of something, building up for something bigger, right? It doesn't have to be financially like inclined. It just feels like you're building something for yourself. That's going to, I don't know, it just is like a bigger, I don't know how else to really explain it, Aquarius. And Queen of Wands, yeah. I don't feel like I need to even harp on this any further. Like, this is exactly the energy that you're exuding in. You're leaving the nest. If you look up the Queen of Wands definition, Queen of Wands is where you're taking, you're leaving the nest and going on your own journey for your own passion to tend to your own flame rather than tending to other people's flames. So, really fabulous, very, very, very fabulous, Aquarius, for you guys for the month of September. I do feel as if this is going to be a very profitable month for those that are business inclined, especially. I do feel the need to say that. Admittedly, Aquarius, I'm not getting love at all in y'all's reading. So I'm not going to be the one be like, oh, love's coming to you this month or anything like that. Quite the opposite, quite the contrary, really. I feel as if you guys are kind of just like going to be a little bit more of a hermit this month, or at the very least, just focusing more so on you. It feels almost as if like some of you guys just don't want to deal with like outside people anymore for a while. Maybe your battery's kind of checked out. Yeah, Seven of Cups. It does feel as if um, with this free time that you're opening up is you're now being left with the decisions of like being like, all right, what am I going to focus on first? Because it does feel as if, Aquarius, you have like a checklist that you want to do for yourself, being like, all right, I want to build a website, I want to get social medias, da 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 da, right? You want to get all these things done for the month of September. And I feel like you actually I don't know why I say you actually will, that you will, Aquarius, but you just need to take this reading as a sign of being like, don't feel bad about claiming more time for yourself. You're not being selfish, or I mean, heck, a lot of people will call you selfish, but you know, you have to start living your life for yourself, Aquarius. No one's going to build your dream besides yourself. So keep that in mind. But yeah, very, very, very fabulous reading for my self-employed Aquariuses or my Aquariuses that are just trying to build something up for themselves in some type of capacity. I feel as if it pays off in tenfold. So yeah, Aquarius, y'all's reading was admittedly really fun, but very quick to do. But I love you guys so much, Aquarius. Hopefully I can connect with you sometime in your weekly readings. If you enjoyed this tarot reading today, let me know in the comments below which cards resonated. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe, Aquarius. As well, if you'd like to book a private personal reading with me, darling, my website is simplyvelca.com, linked down below next to my social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that just being Simply Velca. And yeah, hopefully I can connect with you sometime in the near future, Aquarius. I love you so much. Good luck.